closing this, it's going to take me back to the main area. So then I'm going to go to the dashboard, which is back in here. And I am going to just go ahead and hold on to this on this page here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to not use this reviews page now. I've kind of decided not to use it because I'm going to just put reviews on the home page because I don't have that many. Yeah, let's just go to theme builder, I guess. That's probably where we want to go. So header. So add new header. Enter template name. This will be Men's Roundup. Navigation. Create template. And so it's going to give us a lot of different header options. If this was the non-pro version, there's like a few. But because of pro, there's a whole bunch. So you've got stuff from real simple minimalist navs like this one where they've got a logo and the 3 lines. That's kind of like what I had before. I do not want to do that this time. So I want to like more of a traditional nav. And I'm probably going to do something like this here. Let me show you that really quick. Where it's got the navigation items and a registration button that's readily prevalent, and then the logo, and then I can have, and they'll all be shoved over to the right, and then I'll have logo on the left and a register now, and that'll stay sticky at the top of the site, so as you're scrolling down, you'll always be able to get to a registration, and that'll eliminate the need for me to have all these call to action rows everywhere, and I'll still have some, but this will be more obvious and I won't have to like sweat it so much. And this is now going to be back to the navigation. So we're going to go ahead, and this is the Roundup, Men's Roundup navigation template that I'm creating right here. But before that, maybe let's do this. Let's go to Elementor. Let's go into the site. Edit with Elementor. And once you're in here, you can go to, there's like a segment where you can go to Theme Builder and Site Settings. We're going to do Site Settings. So we're going to do Global Colors. So the colors we use on the Men's Roundup site are going to be this black, which is literally just raw black. There's nothing special about it. So then the primary color on the site is going to be the red. And the red tone is precisely DF2828. So I'm going to copy that. And this primary color is going to be DF2828. I'm going to put a pound sign there so that it's official. And update. And then the secondary color is going to be, we'll probably just leave that gray for now. Text is going to be not full black. I don't really like to run full black text. I find that it is a little too harsh. So maybe I'll do 2B, 2B, 2B. Let's do that. That's fine. Text. Secondary color is going to be, maybe we will just do full black for the text. Let's just do full black. An accent. Do I have any accents? I don't think I really have any accents on my page. What do I got here? We've got some slightly off-white gray tone here. That is 85, 85, 85. Maybe I'll just copy that, put that in there for now. Since I don't really know what else I could do. So we got that. And what else do I have, if anything? I've got the red again. I've got black. I've got white. It's pretty basic. Not a lot of color going on here. Generally speaking, you don't want to rock too much color on websites. One color one sort of bright, obvious color, and then maybe some gray tones and a black. That's kind of what you're going to see on a lot of sites, especially men's sites. So, yeah, we're going to go with that. We're going to go with that for now. And so the accent that they've got here, I'm going to make that the red again. So that was DF2828. So we're going to just make it that same color again. Update. And then go back, global fonts. So right now, the primary is Roboto. Probably all of them are Roboto. Roboto Slab, Roboto, and Roboto. So over here, I selected a kind of a fashion template. That's actually what this came from. But then I customized it, and I think I'm using... What am I using here? I am using... Such a mess with this Wix code. What a mess. It says Arial. That's not Arial. That is not Arial. I'll tell you what. Let's see. Modern Google font pairing. Google font pairing. Montserrat. Railway, no. Roboto. Source Sans. I do like Source Sans. Is Source Sans still available on Google? Because I would use Source Sans. Let's see if Source Sans is on this list. So all this stuff is default in most of it's pulling from Google Fonts, but some of this stuff is actually part of the Elementor, setup here. So, and you can actually type in here, Source Sans Pro, perfect. Source Sans. Wonder if I want to use. So this is the primary. That's the main headline. So we go 800. That's too heavy. We can go 300 and make it ultra light. That's kind of nice. Maybe 400. And do it all caps. Transform uppercase. Style normal. Decoration none. So we do Source Sans, and then for subheads, we can still do Source Sans. Maybe we'll just do this. Source Sans Pro font pairing. Typewolf. So Typewolf's a great place to go if you're trying to see pairings. You want to see like a little example. So we've got Source Sans Pro here, and then they're using Freight Text and Big Caslon. That's good. Definitely don't want a mono print size. Josephine Slab. Source Sounds and Varela Round. Allegreia. I don't think I want to do a serif typeface this time. I think I might just rock all Source Sans on everything. Let's do Source Sans for the secondary, but this time let's make it weight 600. So it's a little bit more bold. Now that's showing up on the button there, right? Nope. Not sure where that's showing up, but I think we're going to do 600. Can always change it later. It's real easy to change. So we're going to do source sans. This is going to be our body copy. So for the body copy, we're going to use, see, 400 is regular, so we're going to use regular. Everything else is going to be default. And then for accent, we're going to do source sans pro, and we're going to do that extra light, like 200 weight. Sans serif is our rollback family. Good. I'm going to update it. So then you can set the weight and size and color of your H1s, H2s, H3s, etc. I'm not going to do that because I want to have a little bit better style before I get that far. And I don't have like a style guide that I put together for this thing. You can also style your buttons so your buttons all look exactly the same. So I'm going to do square buttons like this. So my text color I'm not going to set, my background color I'm not going to set, because in this case this button obviously would need to be like a light color versus one that's on the light color would have to be dark. But I'm definitely not going to have stuff be like growing on hover like this, and that's just really distracting. I don't like that. Not very clean looking. So background is going to be white. I'm just going to leave all that the same for now. It's already a big improvement. So there's our stuff. Definitely going to have to, so FAQ, I'm going to make frequently asked questions turn into FAQ on the menu. Appearance, menus. So frequently asked questions is going to be FAQ. That's going to shorten it way up. It may be actually typed out frequently asked questions, but it's going to be that. So let's do that. And then save. And see what that looks like for me. It's going to significantly shorten this up. Probably not going to be bumping anymore. That's a lot better. This is still bumping. That's still bumping. So maybe pricing, things to do. I think we're going to change that. So just change this to pricing. Maybe change this to an ampersand. Cabin's and, because it's shorter. Tense and ampersand. Things to do. We know we're at Roundup because it's a Roundup website. Vision and values will stay the same. Save. See where we're at. I suspect we're looking better already. Oh yeah, now we're in good business. Okay, so I think we're about ready to start the actual build out on this thing. So now that I have actually set up the menu and kind of done some of the basic setup stuff for this site, I am now ready to build my actual first template. So I'm going to create my structure like so. So if you think about how this is set up right here, I basically want this. But I want to be able to customize the way this stuff looks, and I can do that with a custom navigation that I can't do with the way it's set up right now, because it's very kind of basic the way it's set up now. And like when you scale it, see how it drops down and does weird stuff. So I can't adjust that so easily with the basic WordPress, but I can do it really good in Elementor. So what I'm going to do is kind of set it up like this, so that's like kind of like a 1/3, 2/3 setup almost. But I can create my own, I can use a custom, which is maybe what I should do here. I'm not going to use this. Well, I can use that one now. I do really like this one. I think I will use this one. I'll go ahead and insert that. And then I'll just adjust it. Always good to start out with something and then work from there, than to start with nothing. So this button is all wrong. I'm going to have it not say donate now, first of all. So this is set up like a certain percentage, like this is 50%, and then this is 20%, and then this is another 20% or something like that. So I'm going to have this be like 12%, maybe 14%. First of all, this needs to not be boxed. Width. Let's make it a percent. %. We're going to give it just a bit of padding on the left. Am I recording? I am. Good. Give it just a little bit of padding on the left. So we're going to be left 10. That's not what I want. Okay, so then this stuff is all going to go to the right. I might get rid of home. Nobody needs that. That's a silliness. And it takes up extra room. Let's kill off home. Remove. Save. So home's going to disappear. Animation. I really don't like grow. Let's do this. Fade. Pointers and underline. Submenu is classic. Hamburger menu when it toggles. Let's look at this button. Button's ugly. It's going to say register. Now. And the link is going to be something, but I don't know what yet. Let's see what it is now. Order virtual roundup. So it's that. So let's put that in for now, just to follow the rules, because I don't want to have no link. And we'll have that align center, I think. And then obviously the style needs to be all different. So the background color should be the red. I'm not sure why it's green. It's pretty ugly in the green. Typography is going to be my secondary, which should be that's weird. I might need to go back in there. I've had this happen before where the font doesn't pick up. Background color is going to need to be, I wonder why it's doing that. That making no sense. Hover. Background color. You probably need to add another background color for the hover state. Maybe I'll make it roll to black. That would be pretty cool. Text color will roll to, I need to add a white too, to my global colors. Border radius is 0. Gonna have a square border. Publish. Add condition, entire site, save and close. That'd be something to work from. So I do need to go back to the global stuff and see why it's not picking up on that stuff. Global fonts. Primary, Source Sans Pro. Secondary, Source Sans Pro. Text. Accent. So that's all right. Global colors. Let's add a color. Let's name it white. And white is actually white, like FFF white. And let's add dark red. Dark red. And dark red is going to be this color, but I'm going to just make it slightly darker. So dark red, I'm going to start with this color. I'm going to paste it in. Then I'm just going to drag this down and to the left a bit. It's going to make me a nice dark red color. Update. And then we're going to go into buttons and see why buttons are green. Background color on all the buttons is going to be primary. Text color is going to be white. Typography is going to be secondary. And then hover is going to be background color dark red. Just like, well, it's black right now. And text color is still going to be white. Update. Let's see if that does it for me. It's still black. I actually like the black. The black's pretty hot. Maybe I will use black. I was thinking the dark red might be a good solution. But that's pretty nice. So let's look at links. Global fonts? No. Global colors? No. Form, site, layout. Typography, maybe? Link. I'm going to leave the typography the same. Links are going to change to, well, I don't know, accent? I can always change it. Let's look at this. So style, color, text, hover, and definitely not purple, that's for sure. Hover, let's have hover dark red, pointer, accent. Pointer width is going to be 4 pixels to make it a little bit more noticeable. Drop down. Text color black. Background cover color is this slight off-white. That's an okay color. Well, I don't know. Let's do just white, right? And then for the hover, text color will be dark red. Background cover will be the off-white. Typography is going to be primary. It's kind of hard to see. Primary is a little too light. Maybe text. Let's do this. It's going to be text. Why is that all caps? Did I decide that? Main menu. Oh, I know. Because of the type I picked. Text. That's really big. Let's have that not be so big. $14 is not that big. Why is it so huge? There we go, 14 point. And then the drop down should also be 14 point. So that it's consistent. I don't really like that when it's like different sized. I feel like 14 is almost too small though. See, that still looks smaller. See what that looks like. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna remove this padding right here. Bank. I think that's pretty good. Okay. View page. So there is my setup here. See where it bumps. Boy, that gets really small at a certain point. That's also not really a size. It's not really a size. So I think I'm okay. It does get really small right there though. At a certain point. Edit template. Oh, something else here. Let's go to Elementor settings. There's this advanced area, load font awesome 4 support. I find that helps with that weird question mark button. And these are all the places where you can drop APIs. So if you have typekit fonts you want to use, you can put your typekit in here and it'll load your typekit. I don't know that I want to do that in this case. I do it often for other sites I've worked on, but I don't know that I care about that on here. I think just loading the Adobe or the fonts out of Google is going to work just fine. And I actually like Source Sans Pro, so it goes well with the logo and everything else. I'm going to refresh this so that it pulls all the latest data from the nav. There we go. There's my new nav. So see this edit header thing here? That's where you can go ahead and click it to re-edit this if you want to re-edit that sector. And then I need to now do the footer. So that's the next piece. So let's go ahead and go into templates, theme builder. And now see I've got a header in here, main roundup navigation. So we're going to make a footer, add new footer. Footer and template name roundup footer or a common footer. Roundup common footer, create template. And just like on the header, there's going to be a whole lot of options for footers that they'll give you in the blocks area. So there's all these footer options you can choose from. The ones that I use more often than not are ones like this where I have like a list of all of the links. It's a good thing from a UI standpoint to have that. And then of course it's got social media there too. But I don't know if I need that much robustness. I think I might just go with something real basic like this, which has got my social media, and on the left it's got made with Elementor, but I'm going to obviously not use that. I'm going to have my copyright right there. So that might work. Let me see if there's anything that I like better. Say in touch, that'd be interesting, but I don't really have the right stuff for that. Just good to look at all your options before you make a final decision. Not like you can't delete it and start over or make your own for that matter, but that's not what I'm doing here. So let's go ahead. I'm just going to use this one, I think. This is good. Let's just insert it. And again, you're going to be able to customize it just like I did before, so it's no problem. So this is now made with Elementor. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do copyright, which is Alt0169. Why didn't that work? Alt0169. There we go. 2021. Men's Roundup. Let's do Men's Roundup. Roundup. All rights reserved. Maybe I'll do all rights reserved by. That might be better. We'll do that. Publish. Add condition, entire site, save and close. And then, so this area here, there's no, I don't need a link here because I'm already on the page, so I'm just going to have that be kind of a dead area here. The only thing I don't like is I'm not super jazzed about this all caps effect going on here. So they've applied a typography style to it. They've also applied a lighter version of the font. So it's an RGBA, so it's a 39% white is what they did. So I'm going to just change this to white because white's fine. And I'm also going to change the typography to accent. But then I'm going to style it because I don't want it to be all caps. Normal. Maybe I will use a little bit of transparency just to lighten it up just a bit. Okay, so then we've got this over here, and obviously we don't have all those social media elements. So we're going to close that. And I think all we've got, yeah, we've got Facebook, we've got YouTube, and we've got Instagram. So we're going to have a Facebook. Facebook is this, facebook.com, men's roundup, there's my URL, and then I've got no Twitter, no Google+, no Pinterest. Nope, thank you. And this is the official color or custom, so you can customize the color if you want. And then size is very small. We're going to make that just a bit bigger. Still think it's too hard to see. Make it just fully white, I think. Did weird stuff to me. White. I wonder if I just change this to official color. Yeah, that's better. Let's do that. Let's just go with that. And then we've got this one is going to change to, hit the plus there. We've got YouTube. I'm going to use a YouTube icon here. And then we've got to click to our YouTube page, which is this page. Can't believe we don't have a custom YouTube URL. We should have that. Paste. And then add item. Instagram. There's Instagram. Insert. And again, using our default color here. There we go. Okay. So, got that. Clicking. Official color, update. I'm not really a fan of the way that one looks. That's a strange icon. Wonder if there's another alternative for YouTube. Try that. No, there's just the one, huh? Okay, might change the way those look then. I'm not a fan of that. So let's do this. Style. Padding is maybe my problem. Yeah, that's my problem. Maybe make this 18 by 18. Tighten this padding up a bit. Instagram's kind of a weird one. I wonder if there's another Instagram. Let's do this. All icons. Instagram. No, there's not. Just the one. Yeah, I guess it works. I mean, it's social. Whatever. In the scheme of things. So there is my common footer. I should probably make that full width like the other part. Let's do that. So this needs to be, instead of boxed, it needs to be full width. But now I need to add a little bit of padding on the sides. This one's probably okay. There's a little padding on it, but there's not much padding here. I think what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of padding to both sides of this. Just going to give it to the right. I'm going to give it 10. To the left, I'm going to give it 10. It just brings it off just a skosh, so it's not right up on that edge. And then view page. And there we go. So now we can look at our stuff and scale our stuff. Well, I really don't like what happens there. That's silliness. So here's another thing. Let's edit the header with Elementor. So we only really looked at it on full width version, but there's this handy little responsive mode area here where you can go to tablet, so you can see what it looks like on tablet. So one of the things here is that, of course, these things get real tight, and then this is still here. So I think what I'm going to try to do is on tablet mode, I'm going to have this drop to, I feel like this should drop to the sandwich menu maybe on tablet. Because I want the logo to stay big. It's too small here. It's like bitty sized. The other thing I could do is hide this on tablet. So maybe I had the registration button on tablet to give more room. But I almost feel like having this in the sandwich menu would make more sense. So let's see. So I think what we're going to do is hide this on mobile. So in this responsive tab, we're going to hide on tablet. We're going to hide on mobile. So then what we're going to do is make this part like 60%, which it is. And we're going to make this part, instead of 20%, we're going to make it 40%, which is going to make it work and not be all awful. So we're going to update that. And then on mobile mode, it's going to drop to this style. And as you can see, this guy does not need to have half of the width. So we're going to have that be, oh, the breakpoint, there we go. We're going to have that break to mobile at tablet. That'll be better. So let's go back to tablet. Perfect. So we'll have this be 44%. We're going to have that be 10% maybe. And then we're going to actually show this registration thing now. Because I want to do that if I can, at least on tablet. So responsive, we're going to not hide on tablet. So this is going to be 20%, or this will be 50%. I'm not in love with the way this thing looks. So normal. Let's do this. Hover, active. Drop down, toggle button. Color. Size is kind of big. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Color is going to be black. Hover is going to be black. I don't really like those changing too much. Maybe we can change the hover to secondary, or let's just leave it black. I kind of want to have these so responsive. Kind of want to have this rotate to here on mobile. I want that to go there. No. Let's maybe just hide this Just gonna hide this after all. Responsive. Hide it on tablet. So this is gonna be 50%. This is gonna be 50%. And it's gonna move far to the right. Update. And then when we go down to mobile, it's going to be kind of the same, except I'm going to change this now to 20% and this to 80%. And just like before, I don't know why it's on that. It should be on that. So then we got desktop, tablet, mobile. And on mobile, we're going to have our drop down. Boy, look at how small that crap is. I don't like that. Drop down. Typography. Size. Well, not 24 point. That'd be like mega. So friggin' small. Text. Okay. Cover, active, update. That's better. Why is it all caps again? That makes no sense. Transform. There we go. Update. Tablet should be the same. Why is it so small? Okay. I think we got it all done. All right, so let's talk about the page builder. So I can go ahead and just build these pages out individually, or I can use the tools built into Elementor Pro, the page builder, or the theme tools, so that I can have a consistent looking site from page to page to page. There we go. So we got these, Roundup Lake, Trail, things to do. That's probably a good start. Let's toss those in there. And we're going to start labeling these. So alt text, this is the high ropes course. Are you? Dink. This is the lake at night. This is Roundup race in the mud. This is the trail in the morning fog. This is steak, lots of steak. If I can spell, be good. Paste. And then this is just a random thing that gets pasted in, so I'm going to delete it, so it's not part of the image library. So let's do this. Let's create create a site structure. We're going to actually just add a block. We're going to add a hero. Or, you know, maybe I should just go full custom on it. Let's do that. Let's do that. So this is going to be content width is boxed. That's fine. I'm going to do a background. That's going to be the trail. There's the trail. Insert media. Going to put that at the very top of this thing. We're going to move vision and values into there. We're going to style it. It's an H1 right now. We're going to go ahead and style it as white so you can see it in there. We're going to create some padding. So we're going to add padded top. Unlock that pad top. Let's try 100. Or maybe we do by percent. That might be better. Let's do 12. No, that's too much. 8. That's probably good. 8. And then we'll go back here. Click on that. And so our background position is going to be center, center. So that gets back to the trail. The attachment is going to be fixed, meaning that it's going to stay right where it is as I scroll. It's not going to repeat. The size is going to be cover, meaning that it's going to fill the width no matter how wide I make my screen. And I'm going to have a scroll effect, which is going to vertically scroll. And I think I had it at 5.5 before. We'll just put it back to that. See what that looks like. So it's a slower scroll in the foreground. That's good. So then this part is actually a separate element. We'll delete. There we go. That's what we're trying to do there. So I bring it up by 100, which means now I need to add more padding to the bottom of this. So I had it at 8%. We'll make it 16% so that it looks right. And then we're going to add some drop shadow to this. You know, I really should put this all in the same container. It's going to be really a pain to do. So I'm going to go ahead and drag all that stuff into the same container. There we go. We'll delete that. And then this container needs to get padded out. So we're going to add some padding to it. We're going to go 15, nope, maybe 40. Let's just do 40 everywhere. 40 pixels all around. Vision is going to be H2. So these are an H1. H1, H2. H1 needs to be bigger. It's not very big. Let's make it a bit bigger. Then we got this stuff, our vision. I think I'm going to make this style a little bit bolder. Maybe make it 800 so that it stands out a bit more, has a bit more contrast. 800. And I think I'm going to give this a bit more padding as well. So we're going to do 50, 50. And we're going to give this a, I guess it's in style that I'm looking for, border, box shadow. Let's just blur it a bit more. And a bit more spread. Just to pop it a bit more off the page. And then maybe just dial it back a skosh, so it's not so strong of a shadow. Okay. Update. Kind of feel like the background of this page needs to be something like the body needs to be not white, but like a subtle off-white. Maybe I'll do that. Elementor. Maybe that's put that into the site settings. Global colors. Add a color. FFF. Maybe we'll just do F1, F1. It's just a very subtle off-white color. Light gray. And then we're gonna do, let's see, background. Background type is gonna be color. Where'd it go? Let's update. See if that comes in. There it is. Update. So that should solve that problem. Just thinking about it. There we go. So now we got our subtle off-white background there. It's good. I feel like I want to reveal a bit more of that background. Maybe I'll make this even taller. Give that a bit more height to it. Let's do the bottom 24. Just give it a little bit more to it. Maybe go 10, 20, and then I'm going to bring this up a skosh. So it's at minus 100 now. We'll go minus 150. Or maybe we should do by percent, huh? Let's do minus 20. Nope, too much. 10. 10. See what happens as we scale that sucker. Go to tablet. Looks good. Type's easy to read. Wonder why this is gray. That's weird. Something wonky there. Why is this type gray? Style, text. Aha. Let's make that text colored. Once I get this first one done, it should be a lot quicker. Right. 10, maybe 15. 15. Give it that same look. Update. There we go. Mobile. That looks good. Yeah, I like it. Easy to read. Looks really good. All right, clean and done. So now I have got one page done. And essentially what I'm going to do is copy this page multiple times to make the new pages, put the new content in, and we'll be ready to rock. And then I'll have to go back through and convert everything to Espanol. But that is good. So that is a good start for sure. So before moving on, you want to make sure that your formatting is working properly and as expected. So one of the things I did was go back to page view, and then I started scaling and looking at stuff at different viewport widths. Of course, I'm not scaled all the way up at this point, but you see you've got a nice gutter here as expected. And scrolling all the way down, I've got a little bit of a gutter at the bottom, which gets a little bit bigger as you go wider because it's by percent of viewport width. The viewport width gets wider, it gets a little taller, but that's fine because it's got a lot more space around it. So that's totally fine. And you can see this is a fixed image, which just has just a subtle amount of extra movement. Not a bad amount of movement at all. So that looks pretty good to me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to edit this with Elementor. We're not going to use posts. Go back to pages here. And so let's start with cabins and yurts. Open link in new tab. There is nothing on this page, so it's going to come in completely empty. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to copy this whole page. So I'm going to copy this. Actually, we can make this into a template, which is probably what we should do. Oh, I know. So you go right here, save options, save as template. So you can save the whole page to your library. So we're going to call this inside page. Save. So now we've got inside page, navigation, and common footer. So now that I've got this, I'm going to go ahead and hit refresh because of course this page was loaded before that page was added to the library. And I am going to now do the little folder here, my templates, inside page, insert. Import document settings is fine in this case because I'm actually importing the content from that page, which will give me a good starting point. And then essentially what I'm going to do is go over here where the cabins and yurts area is, and I'm going to start copying the stuff in.